Hello there, my name's Joe and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to take a kind of pick and mix look at a couple of Loras working with a prompt. So before we do that, let's take a quick look at my workflow. So in this workflow, this is a standard text to image workflow. So the green nodes are what you would normally get for a text to image. In addition to that, I've added a couple of load Loras between the load checkpoint and the prompts. You can see here that I've grouped the two prompts together, and over to the right of that, I've grouped the KSampler, the VAE Decode, which we need, which works with the empty latent image here, and I've also thrown in a sound node so that I get a notification when the image is generated. So that's the standard text to image with the addition of these two load Loras, and below those I've got two Lora info nodes which work independently, and that just gives me the useful trigger words and confirms the base models for Loras that I'm using. And that's pretty much the setup. So let's just take a quick look at the prompt, and then we'll take a quick look at the two Loras we're going to use, and then we'll execute a couple of images. So this is the prompt I'm going to use. So if you want to read through that, then just pause your the YouTube and move on when you're ready. Let's now take a very quick look at the two Loras I'm using today. So in addition to the prompt, which is basically a portrait of a geisha girl, we're going to use the, there's a Lora called Geisha XL. So we're going to use this Lora. It's what I'm trying to do is going to be more similar to this, and the prompt that I'm using is very similar to this prompt that's available here. Of course, I'll add the URLs to my comments in my video for both of these Loras. So this is the first Lora, the Geisha XL. The second Lora we're going to use is called Dry Paint Peel Style. It's an SDXL Lora, and if we just click in here, we'll get an idea. This is the effect that we're going to add to our image as well. So these are the two Loras. So let's go back to the to my ComfyUI and give it a go. So the base image, you can see that I've already generated this image. So the image that we have here was based on this prompt, this size empty latent image, because the size of the latent does affect your image, and these settings here. I used for consistency, I used a fixed seed, and I numbered my seed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the rest of the settings are basically standard. So I've generated this image now. So what I'm going to do now is, oh, and I should say, when I generated this image, both of these Loras were switched off. So this is just based on the prompt, latent image size, and the config here in the KSampler. Had nothing to do with the Loras. So you can see here now I have switched off one of the Loras. So we're now going to generate this image. So we've got these base instructions here, but we're now adding the Geisha XL effect, which will be hopefully something similar-ish to this, and ensuring that the second Lora is switched off. So let's give that a go. I should mention that I've already, in the prompt there, you can see that I've already added the trigger words needed for these two Loras, as I do keep forgetting to use them. As this may take a while, I'll come back when the image is generated. Okay, so we have the result with the Geisha XL Lora. Perhaps not the greatest example of the images that I've managed to get with using this Lora, but it is what it is. So perhaps if I hadn't used fixed seed, I could have generated a few more examples and shown you perhaps a better one, but we'll stick with what I've done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to activate the second Lora, which is the dry paint peel XL Lora, and we'll see how that looks. So let's just activate the load Lora. So click on bypass. So we've now got the prompt, the empty latent image size, the control settings here, and both Loras now will be applied to this image. So let's cue prompt. Okay, so there we have the final image. So my original prompt plus these two Loras, this is what we get. I think this is quite a nice combination. So what I'll do is I'll do a small series of these where I'll just mix and match, pick and mix as you will, a few Loras and see what we get. And if you find these are interesting, let me know, and we'll do a few more. The only other point I want to mention is, although I mentioned that I use a six feed, I started with a fixed seed and it's remained so throughout. But if you generate an image with a fixed seed and execute and get your image, if you then make a change to any of the circumstances, so whether it be the prompt or any of the settings or add or remove Loras, then that will generate a different image. It won't give you the exact same first image because it's on fixed seed, and then you'll be adding to that. So hence why this image looks so different to the first and second image. So just because it is fixed, if you change any of these characteristics, that will change your image. So now, if we're just looking at my fixed seed of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is, and I can replicate this at will, as long if I wanted to bring this image back by generating it again, as long as I have the exact same prompt, the exact same Loras, the exact same latent size, and the exact same settings in my KSampler here, then I will get this. But take any of those elements away, like switching off one of the Loras or switching off both of the Loras, then we will get those resulting images that we saw previously. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so this has been very simple. I hope you found this interesting. Thank you very much for your time. I do appreciate it. And have a very good day, and goodbye.